Kesemo a enkwanko delay so ho obi mfa ne nsa enkoto so enam se die nti ode ne nsa to so chese onfi application adentira embia na ne o man nkete bia untumi enye ya na wan sheda anye ne yie no enomo ne bema o application na delay
Say, EU nationals nyina ne won ebusuafo a wonye EU nationals nyina o se wo apply ma EUSS ansa June busome akona wieye afi 2021 mu se wanya ebe ha won kratasem a wodi ti UK se wontu anamon we na wo apply EU settlement scheme entwen last minute ansa ehun hia yie pa se obebotumi a wodi tena UK no ho ban na wo hia legal advice bi anso a pebi we koma EU ana EA amanfo nyina wo kra registration certificate ana permanent registration certificate ana ebusuafo ayama won residence cards ana permanent residence cards a ewo EA registration 2016 no mu se wonya ye we nyina na se wo sefata apply pre-settled ana settled status answer 30th June 2021 EU settlement scheme pre-settled status eba na wieye ewo 30th June 2021 na mum ehun me hia yie se obe apply no ntem na 𝗥𝗔𝗚𝗏𝗔𝗍 yie na hyeno so se we koma omo wo UK ansa 31st December 2020 a wo kura won krata esefata nyina edi won adanse se wendi immigration mrei so na wunni adansidie bia eche mretenti a watena UK se ana EU nationals no nso a eno so betimi ahawodaache se wo apply wo British citizenship BWF Solicitors nimdie fa UK immigration law na omo aboa ebusuafo bebree wo applications a efa home offices EU settlement schemes no ho wonti bebree asia for BWF Solicitors ntempara ewo 020-849-37340 ana 077-127-61.
An award-winning solicitors situated in London. Our expertise in family and matrimonial law encompasses divorce, separation, children matters, family breakdown, and financial orders. We focus on all aspects of immigration law. Our areas of expertise extends to visas for individuals and businesses. These include spouses, students, visitors, EU applications, investors, and more. We also undertake appeals and judicial reviews of negative decisions. We hold Law Society Quality Mark in immigration law. Our family law solicitors are dedicated to finding the most effective and pain-free resolution for our clients through the provision of sensitive, effective, and affordable legal advice.
BWF Solicitors for 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗚𝗥 radio na yede ba ma kwan enen senia mede kan echechire mu no de bibiara na yebeye application obehu wa wutiri mu po unim se wa ye application ni nyina fefefe na ode kọ ode kọ wa hwe mo animu enkrofo yi se de na mo de achichire application yo se de na mo de asomo se super glow se natural glow se de na chese application akọkọ mo nsa na da wa hwe mo anim na application ye delay afi obehu na atompa ebo ene ya contract ni fasting ni bind you and cripple you. Enso no obekọ akomu no na chese nyoma nkiti bi na wankasa waye ena sa nyoma no ama application no a delay so wankasa nsem nyoma nkiti bi no waye ama application no a delay wo ho enti ene no nyame adom yenya empapa wa ha ye bebisa ne nsem bebre efa especially EU applications ayaye enam for settlement to for divorce so for you can say marriage yo just say every application bia ye de ko efficacy mo efa EU ho no ene yenya empapa de bebisa ne nsem ne bebre ye de ankura ntina enam so ya na omusa omode omonsa na atari so omode omona na atari so na application onim se waye na akocha onyamoaye no enti no se potomu kasa yebeka se kwan ben ne yebefa so a yebe avoid the sa delay ya na ewo ya application no enti se menum ti anope na mebeka ne brofo dia na meka se how to avoid delays in EU settlement application na chese brofo no ti no masipiki to ebinti aba yo enti sa na yebekọ no se mo amani tua nsem bebre na ya na enam ho wo de unim se why your application bibia wa submit all right o de kọ nanso obekọ akodu no na fe wo hwe nim wa hwe nim na otwe mienu ebi mu kra na nse meti obi de 2 years not ho no twen se obenya muaye 2 years aden so wo 9050 ha kra ko Ghana se wa akwa ba na chese bibi na kremu bibi no enye se home office fo na kremu ba wankasa wo ne ye nkitinkiti bi a wo ye wa application ne ho ena ema ne ko ba ne se nipa kono ne nsa kan ye no ho se wa nya se wo nye serious na chese one complete application no ne nyina ye ka complete na chese nioma o se otutu o de hihye ho nioma o se wo ye na application ya kase complete edimu na chese ne nsa kan we di hundwuma ntem na wa ma reply na won nsa kan onyeye enti na application no eche no enti ne kwan be ne be fa so a ye be avoid such delays embia na ye EU settlement application embi nso krampo na ye bibi foforo ye wie a ye papa be cheche mu nyina wo poto kasa ne mu wie a ye wie a eno mfa ho se embia wo question bia emfa topic ne ho wo question bia immigration sembia efa family law sembia efa divorce just efa Ghanaian law kra yes kromu ha law kra bibia no mesra utme frɛ no mesa ye wi a ye betudwa no na ye papa beyiwa no anke ben wa haidie menya na nka menya ni 2 hours nso ya na mre no ma ye ho kwan enti no ye bekɔ ye nsemre kwa ye hya ase no mema anke ben ho kwan na wa cheche atiefo afei ochie omuwie ye na mre nti no na ono a ahyase wo poto kasa ne mu na wa explain the main topic we have for you today or explain we are then we come back and then start our yikrumu kasa sene be ya yibetumi afre na ye nya emwaye nti ye koso. Good morning Uncle Ben.
Good morning, MANYE NAA TENG. Say
nyame adom na ahwe mpacho me ho ye pa na mpacho mo nso
Yehovah dom ye ho ye papa.
Yɛde nyame ase. Me hu sɛ mfidie no yɛgu so a pia nti no bia na delays nketenkete bi aba baabi, but I hope so within the next 5 minutes no bibia be you okay. Yo, Uncle Ben, we thank God for another morning like this. We are grateful to have you on our show. This is Legal Hour. Please, I welcome you once again. We begin our lesson as like I explained earlier on. I'm going to allow Uncle Ben to greet the audience and the viewers and the listeners. Yes, I said audience because I know I have few audience with me here. Okay, so after that, Uncle Ben, I'll leave it to you. After the greetings, you can go ahead and give us, if there is any update at all, but if there is none, you can go ahead and then give us the main topic we have for today. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you very much, MANYE TEÄ, and good morning to all our listeners and our viewers as well. We've got some of you on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And you know, anopɛ say michia munyina yɛdamase sɛ anopɛ mode mafidi atoha na yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ kakra na yɛtumi akyerɛkyerɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnyinaa yɛbɛboaboa yɛn ho nti sɛnea yɛde bia yɛyɛ na ɛm sɛ munim sɛ afidie so no nyɛ yɛn nko a na yɛtie yɛnuanom nso ayɛ wɔn tie bi nti ayɛ yɛhyɛ ase a yɛde yɛ mfiti aseɛ no yɛka no pɔtɔ kasɛm kakra. So thank you all very much for joining us. This morning our topic is very, very relevant, in particular because of the time limit to really end the grace period, which started from January and it will end on the 30th of June. So what I'm going to say is basically how to avoid delays with decisions in relation to your EU settlement applications. So first of all, we all know that when this process started in 2019, you could get a decision within a matter of hours. It was really that simple and fairly straightforward. Unfortunately, with time and with the sheer number of applications, there has been an untold number of people who have suffered delay, and it's quite significant. Some of the delays are usually in months, and we've had instances where it's in excess of 6 months. So how do you avoid delays in EU settlement applications? The first thing that you need to remember is that your EU settlement application was laid out by law. So the law also sets out the procedures and the processes that you need to follow to make your application. For example, if you've got a biometric card, whether you're an EU national or not, you have to use the app to make your application. If you haven't got a biometric card and you've got a passport and you're a non-EU national, then you have to use the online application process and not a paper application. The online application process will require you to register an email and a mobile phone number. Now, please remember, and this is some of the reasons why we are experiencing high numbers of delays. If you've given your mobile number and your email address to the Home Office to register your EU settlement application, ensure that if you change the mobile number or the email, you update the Home Office. Okay? The number of times that the Home Office have said that they've made attempts to reach applicants or applicants' representatives without success is significant. And to avoid delay, make sure that the Home Office has your current mobile number and your email address, because that is the only way they can reach you. It's not by post, it's by email or by a call through your mobile phone. I always advise that if you're one of those people that changes their mobile numbers on a regular basis, like you're changing your shirt, then it's important that you allow your legal representative to use their mobile number and their email, because I have had my mobile number for over 20 years. It's never been changed. Our email is permanent, so that has not been changed. And if the Home Office wants to contact you, they can reach you through us, either by mobile phone call or by email. The other tip that I want to give you is that when you make your application, please be mindful of what the law says. The law says eligibility requirement. So when the law says that something is a requirement, it means that you need to meet that test before you can progress to the next level. The consideration stage are two parts. So first of all, they check the validity of the application and then the eligibility process. So for example, if you're relying on an EA national, make sure you've got evidence of the relationship, which can be either birth certificate or a marriage certificate, or birth certificates and the marriage certificate. Because if you're relying on your sister's marriage or your uncle's marriage, or you're relying on an uncle, it's not going to be just one birth certificate. It will be a series of birth certificates to confirm the relationship. Because for them to progress to the final stage, you need to satisfy the relationship part. So if you're relying on your wife, you need to show your marriage certificate in addition to the evidence that your wife is an EEA national. If you're relying on your stepmother, you need to show your birth certificate and your father's marriage certificate to confirm your relationship to your father and your father's relationship to your stepmother. These are very basic requirements, and you need to upload these documents to the application portal, not the biometric portal, but the application portal, which is a UKVI portal. Also be mindful that it's not every application which is straightforward. So for example, if you've made a previous application which was refused, just be mindful that they can refuse your application again. So what we do as a firm is that in addition to required documents, we also write a letter, mainly composed in legal language, to explain and advise as to why we believe that your application must be successful. So you need to do a cover letter. Once you've done the cover letter, you need to scan the cover letter or take a picture of the cover letter and upload the cover letter. Please be mindful that when you're uploading, there are two types of formats that you can upload. If it's a picture, you can upload a JPEG format. If it's a document, then it has to be the PDF format. Remember that if you use your phone to take a picture of a document, you have taken a JPEG, and JPEG cannot be uploaded as a PDF unless you convert it. These are some of the reasons why it's taken longer for a decision to be made. The other issue is that if there is any pending prosecution, a conviction, character issue, please explain in your application. So for example, the online application does not give you a space or a page for you to write and explain why your application is different or explain peculiar circumstances of the application. However, a cover letter, which is not emailed but is uploaded to the portal, must be sent. When the Home Office emails you and asks for documents, please don't respond by emailing. You need to respond by uploading the response onto the portal. The final thing that I want to raise is the issue of extended family members who are making EUSS applications. Remember that after the 31st of December, only extended family members who have a specified document, and the definition of specified document in the definitions section of the Appendix EU is a residence card or a family permit that has been given to the extended family member. So again, if you are an extended family member and you're making an EUSS application, which you can make, but you need to have a specified document, which is that you have previously been granted a residence card or a family permit to join your extended family member in the UK. Now, I've said all this, but there are people who have done everything that I've said, but they still are having issues with delay. So what do? The first thing you do if there's a delay is to call the EU Resolution Center. So the EU Resolution Center is basically a center which has been set up specifically to deal with issues after applications. So once you've lodged the application and there's a delay, if you call their number is 0300 123 7379. So if you call the EU Settlement Resolution Center, the number is 0300 123 7379. What I also find helpful, it's what we call the EU Settlement Resolution Center questionnaire. It's online, so you can fill the portal. It's not the same as a portal that you've made your application on. It's a different portal. It's called the EU Settlement Resolution Center questionnaire. So if you complete the questionnaire with the application number, which we usually will start with a 3434, they will respond to you within a matter of 5 working days. You will get a response. Now, the timeline for decisions are between 8 weeks for a 5-year residence card to 6 months for settlement. So 8 weeks to 6 months. Just be mindful that when you call the EU Settlement Resolution Center, they may tell you that your application has not been with them for 8 weeks, because it takes about 8 weeks for your application to show on the EU Settlement Resolution Center. The other part that you can also use to make sure that you expedite your application is what we call the Home Office Complaints Portal. Now, I use the word portal because this is not email and it's not letter writing. It's a portal that has been set up by the Home Office. So it's called the UKVI Complaints Portal. It's online. When you click it, it will tell you to start the process. Once you click the start, it opens another portal for you. It's just like a questionnaire where you have to input certain data. If that doesn't work and your application is still stored after, let's say, 10 working days after you've made your complaint, you can take it further to your Member of Parliament. Members of Parliament can also expedite your application process. Again, please, every process, complaint process, expedition process, application process that you're making, collect the evidence, because the final act that you will have to undertake may be a legal process. And the only way that your legal process will succeed is if you can show that you've gone through all the other processes and yet still your application has been stalled. My final advice to all of you is that if you move houses, please update the Home Office immediately. And the only way to update them is not by writing a letter to them, but it's also to go on the EU Resolution Portal and do the change of address or change of telephone number or change of email. Please just be mindful that what we're dealing with is a huge number of backlog, potentially months of delay. And this can only be stopped if you start your application process using the normal portals, the required portals and the processes, following the eligibility requirements and providing all your supporting evidence upfront. If you do that and it still doesn't work, then you can have recourse to the courts and start a judicial review. A judicial review process can be used for delayed cases if it's unlawful is procedurally unfair or it's done right too long for you to wait for the decision, you will need legal advice and a lawyer to support you through that process. Again, you can make your own case, you can submit your own applications, but if you want to make a complaint or go to your MP or follow the online portal, please collect all the other evidence so that you can use the evidence as evidence of having made amicable attempts to have this resolved before you resort to the court process. So MANYE T, this is where that I want my brothers and sisters to know that clearly the delay sometimes is not caused by the Home Office, but it's caused by us because we don't submit all the necessary documents, or we've changed our telephone number or our email, or it may even be that your biometric resident permit, your BRP, has been posted to you and it's been returned. And once it's returned, it has to go through a lot of processes before they can bring it back or reissue you with another card.
Thank you very much, Lawyer Bernard Owusu, Uncle Ben. Yes, I've got someone with me, but I have this question I would love to ask. Suppose I'm the main applicant and then I've filled everything, I've processed everything, but these numbers that you, suppose I'm doing it with my partner, but I wrote my NI number, I didn't write that of my partners. Would that also cause for, because I'm the main applicant, would that also cause for a delay or probably a refusal or something, please?
Okay, again, MANYE T, when you're making these applications, you're either making it in your own right or you're relying on your sponsor. Okay. Even if you're making it in your own right, either retain right of residence or maybe you've even got permanent residence you want to switch, okay, they will still ask you for the sponsor. The sponsor is always the EU national through whom you obtain that particular residence, okay, or that particular card. So you always have to remember their name, full name, date of birth, their NI number, and it's also a bonus if they've made the EUSS application, because it will ask you for the number. Why? Because under EU law, your reference point is the EU national who gave you that right to the EU law. And even if the relationship has broken down or you're divorced or the marriage has been nullified, you still will have to reference that EU national because it's through them that you got your indefinite leave or your permanent residence.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. Whoever is on the line, please just give me 1 minute. You soon come on air. And I've got this also question. Provided I've had this conviction and according to this rehabilitation period previous, I've spent my time. So there has been some number of years interval and I'm making a new application. If I've spent my time according to the rehabilitation period, is it still, do I have to still provide this evidence on the application, or once I've spent it, there is no need for me to provide this on the application?
Okay, so for a start, the ROA, which is the Rehabilitation of Offenders Act, doesn't apply in immigration cases, okay? Okay. Normally, the immigration cases, usually with the Immigration Act, which the EU settlement scheme is part of, and the immigration rules is part of the EU, EU settlement appendix EU is part of the immigration rules, and also the Nationality Act also has its own rules and regulations. Okay. So if a particular conviction is spent, you still have to disclose it. Okay. And because the immigration rules gives a variety of time limits where you wouldn't have to disclose it.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ben. Order for ya sisa ya potokasa no ede kwaya ya bibi memo na me hu so dofo bi wa homa ne so kafra fa che me baby awo no minim se wo chepe ebeti akọ nti mema ho kwan na we bisa wasem no ye ba na afi mi so explanation kitu bi ame wona mi so me dia betu dwa mpacho ye fra se na wo kase free
Pacho, yes, Flemme, I join here.
Yo, Mammy. Good morning, Pacho Uncle Ben.
Uncle, what do you me Pacho? Me person me a free waiver DB. Now, Matisse, yes, it's a work of holidays, sir. Only entitled for that.
Pacho, hold on 1 minute, Mammy. Uncle Ben, Pacho, and Candy.
Maintaining.
Esa maintaining because me am maintaining papa ewa ha. Mammy Pacho, page your voice akra me
Pacho, what menka? Me word muntia, what menka?
Uncle Ben Pacho tenenka.
Baby, and Macra.
Producer Pacho, ye bibi wa homa me why na. What time who we dream when on the kasa nti no.
Me Pacho, what menka say?
My main bisa Uncle Ben Pacho tenenka. Mami kasa biom na menhwe. Mami, hello. Oh, ode atoso. Oh, Mami adwa we de kafra srakwan ne pia bonte na befre why Pacho me ho se o question hia wan kasa why producer Pacho say wo hwe ya bomodiana fix the problem na obi free on the main line na on Uncle Ben tin nka no enti yenhwe say we di Uncle Ben betia na yeah Pacho wo ahoma so ye frost na aka
me Pacho me am free ya getiana me Pacho I said what menka
Uncle Ben say ade so tenenka
But I had 2 things. Yeah. Okay.
Mami page your voice kakra mami why?
I'm some baby I'm one on enye. Me tie mu pa. What men ka say?
Yeah, what dey kasa.
Me Pacho me pese me ye free waiver ni bi wo na ma te se wo ko ye de ma wo ko holidays a. O mu mfa ma na me nsa kan ye na 3 weeks na me ko Ghana na me ma me yare. Obi na twa take it ni ma me na me pese mbusa se be affect ni ana. Nese basa so ade na metimi aye.
Okay.
Well, I mean, first of all, the first I call holiday, no, and just say on baby refusal. I do almost almost share we seek a same. And to so be a holiday, I almost say okay. Well, when you sketch a holiday by £1,000, I don't know when to meet you or fee. And to be a way be, I was so with you. So holiday now call ya I was so chimo so when I talk ticket in the morning and I was saw the bank statement here. But if you intro baby I so call holiday ya fam. I think it's ya the amount because it has a win to me and yet susu enfantia and I will pay sir and I will benefit and I will nya adwuma and I will chia obey destitute. Nina affordability test no and I am very difficult to prove. So win to me. Win to me no when I was out of bank statements, pay slips actually. Why?
Pacho, I take it in me and me trying to ensure me you a better Ubini Chamame.
If I come out, no, I was all the proof ever now they come. Why?
Okay. Namin Shrown power.
Namin Shrown, so Koya Widjuma. That's
it.
Bye bye. You, you're not for me so a humanist. So, Jama Kojoni. Pacho, temenka.
Them so and the 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗚 me too papa.
Na ma Uncle Pacho.
Good morning, MANYE NAA TEÄ.
Na ye faint kakra.
Sisi 𝗥𝗔𝗚 kasa na me hwese Uncle Ben beto nka na.
Good morning, Uncle Ben.
Saka sebio.
Good morning, Uncle Ben.
Good morning. Good morning.
Kasa.
Okay, I'm saying. MANYE TEÄ, good morning, no.
Good morning, Papa.
We dey quick one more questions me no bi me dey back na me yok bi so dey back.
Okay.
Me yok ne dey no say why B1 ne bi. O dey call naturalization na. O dey no na akọje for indefinite. No busa say obetimi ase use for yi na 2 years nso yan na onimo bi a ono so ye the same thing na all kono. Can say 2 years in or dey only akọ so koye B1 na bi. Use the application for indefinite or call for naturalization. I see not 2 years next term. Tina ewu. If some catch and say 2 years newu, a man call for fraud. Now when you busa say on no dear also the indefinite. Okay we no. Also say for fraud. Now say the application adano. Wait me I say use at the we no.
Yo, kwajo
32 years na wu kra.
Matias Uncle Ben so be you ano na we kakra metumi aka ne se ne minim se
last week last week we you say question na wa ansa no. I make the same thing say no but still na am say onye convince. And I'm say okay na me aduma this week you make bisa man.
Yo, netia ne say Uncle Ben be yi nan but netia ne say B1 no. Se wo ye edit to ho na se when you so anya application bia na edi 2 years a na etwam a o so ye foforo but se wo ye na wo de ye wa application dia ene mane enwu into betumi san ade ay application foforo what you say
say who use the application na say after 2 years plan say say different application and I say with me say you should the same yina
obetumi but Uncle Ben so betumi ama why Uncle Ben pacho embia o cheche mu na obenya
oya na me the question I touch me na to azo
confusion I was
pa
meaning the entire confusion no aba so because my B1 the application I no mo no ontimi explain application code there first of all no application na wo ye no na ehia say wo say wo the English language kan ho na mama example obi a man asitena bia for 3 years no wo ko je indefinite wo nya English and wo nya life in UK and it is wo the kind application no the call na ma indefinite no mo post to brewa all those wo the account of forms no one will be here wo the call
yeah
so wo say fabra what they call and when you use and application under EU law
my team but so mental lawyer and kai papa
okay and it is all the to so now Uncle Ben pacha hold on yeah no second question no
second question is so say say why don't me wife for yam kwakọ inu amani na uza ma say me mo no na me na ayuso no an kan saying financial in person the statement ne wage ne na ade person me dey say makwa self employed ne ade ntino
okay
na the P60 bar na we are new this week I'm checking the P60 bar no but who say P60 ne so no year end of year in a new 186 no and some me wonder say our brand rate on the management so no o are there bro 186 Echa me kai say oyare eko your operation or surgery bi na obeda fie be 6 weeks tell me say hono na me say mass a short the buy na short na ba musa na e wo P60 ne so no the statement ne the bank statement so be say the letter of employment akwaje ne so and okra say increment so increase in the rate ne kakra and in the previous year, national rate are not that's only na 18.6 no. Akwa mienu 2 different years are now winning so na in rating so tally the rating so and so no. Create any problem be and as be a problem be all. I no say me resolve. And one me question be say
Papa.
But what you say?
English now say obi use or the application be
before obeko no English na o kan say nipa ko no okoye na ese refuse na application be na ode ye
Pacham say I'm so on the coin say okoye indefinite
ben no gina so
then no gina so
and the coye the first application no the second one or okoye naturalization
the first indefinite then no gina so no the coye indefinite no
I'm say original so say if you say you know na or 2.5 ni bi na order
2.5 ni bi na
2.5
in do 10 years
10 years in then 2.5 so because next year as 2.5 I started 10 years no 5 years
but 2.5 for them so that's what you James have been 10 years now, so I'm sorry, I don't know, dear, but I don't catch them, I don't know, can say. But the kind of application
for the sake of time, MBA BB potting or wow on shed and 𝗔𝗃cie𝗶𝗱. And the answer second question now, Kobi ni muye na sabra, why? Pacho, Emery, why?
Okay, to my mefa and to some inquiry, you are not
Yo, Matty.
Let me explain English one.
Okay.
And first of all, obi wo say may use the application that. And so the application our year, not English no requirement. And the fans say, oh, 2.5 years, 2.5 years. Now over 10-year route. English in your requirement. And to be one now they come on the call. Why 10 years no? The fans say why our last one, but 2.5 years ago. Now the B1 I come on now the call. Now you're out 2.5 years. Now what's now indefinite? Now what's how they come on? And your requirement because
it doesn't even make sense.
English is not yet requirement. The other one also your more discretionary leave, 3 years, 3 years. Okay, you're indefinite. English is not requirement. And I say, or you 2.5 years, 2.5 years. 2.5 years, you start July 2012. Next year, and about 10 years. To be anywhere within 10 years also. And there is potentially an issue.
Okay.
Only time English no enwuni say application wo ye no ye ka kire wo say for English ka ho anya wona wo bo wa dream with your account but you decide ana wo de ka ho an application no successful so sa na tia enche niema 3 application no English ye requirement
okay
what English no call ana application no ye successful so what me shows are there any on the issue of P60, P60, and you know that Chile Musika Woje.
Exactly.
A requirement, but I Chile or current, no. The Evans are £100,000 last year. Not April way, P60 Abasa was £100,000 last year. Not in the last 6 months, we pay a year less than 18.6. Sorry, not just a win to me and your application. But I would say 5,000 I will P60 so last year. Now in the last 6 months, what to me is our threshold now. It doesn't affect you. And to P60 no year historical record. But application say 18.6 I the current earnings are used and to P60 and you determine what. So we meet the threshold now and I will meet it. Just a part of the requirements.
Okay, inti anke ben no sa na ba ne sa no den na o se approve na inti ni statement, ni bank statement no betumi de aka ho a kire se 18.6 ni de on ene but P60 ni enkire e wo so. Okay.
Eligibility requirements now. The financial module na wo no and it was a mandatory requirement and a specified evidence and 6 months pay slips. 6 months bank statement, employer's letter, P60 count, but P60 no my historical record.
Okay.
6 months pay slips no matter current to the historical.
Okay, yo, nti kwadwo utia senia ankebe a kire mu na kire say 6 weeks na yare ye ne de enheda emfa ho. And you can even explain say that period ne kro yare ye now the accounting the amount sa we no na explain every situation bia o feel say is questionable e wo application mu a wankasa explain it nicely dito onipa ko no kan a obeti asie ti enkoso odofo wa ma so me pa cho na man end with 5516 your friend say na okase free.
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Ben.
Good morning.
Uncle Ben, me pa cho my application for fee waiver it's been a month ni me earlier on me na omo ma me options me send document me upload our portal no more na say me sending it by post and I'm sending it by post a week after and I'm me post in the back response on more upload me document on their database and chena me your friend saying email so say me upload me document but documents na me receiving the back with the response number the man ama meant to me anye uploading it because of some uploaded that or more database so but I have your friends say over a month in but maintain or mon kai and I'm person who say a normal and I say me manya uploading in Tiana even though more confirmation letter from almost say or more upload the document on their database.
Why not or say upload the document to know more data on my portal and I want to know what send you email.
Friends, me application in real no finishing point me 2 options. Say me upload my document and now me send it by post. Until just after the day na me send the document by post. Here recorded delivery. Minya response a week after na minya your friend say respond from the home office and they say omo me original document and omo upload omo system database so nti omo ehun hia say omo be keep original no nti omo return abreme back and minya email from your friend saying omo ankasa so honom say may upload it as a normal formality say or say me to me upload me document into ama me to me and manye your friend saying upload me ankasa because me ni system by which I to me upload into a more me say respond into na yem de so mo ankasa upload it our database so but it's been over a month near menti omonka and I'm person who say a normal and I say apa
normal. I mean, a month after application, I just bear in mind that a month, 4 weeks. Normally, with any of the applications, it takes between 8 weeks and 6 months. Ain't it normal? Why? And sometimes, more documents. Ain't it once communicating, which means someone are aware, so I application. Ain't why the right thing? Why?
But you, Medasi Uncle Ben.
Yes, that's Papa. Yes, that's yo. Yes, yeah, that's Papa. Jumedia ye legal hour ni GN radio ne BWF Solicitors na ka boom na edi sa adwume. Questions be bree ne Uncle Ben 𝗟𝗃𝗁𝗏 mo no. Ehia nkasa se ne be ya ye be hu kwan a ye fa so a na your applications delay sa however no senior wa church no nkyerɛ sɛ ɛno ho nko question na obetumi aba bebisa na mesa yedidi dwuma no ensisa ye na ɛno a ɛyɛ 0203735880 and I say 020328600185 your WhatsApp lines me and then me de baako no asa aka ho biom ɛyɛ 0778793998 and 075-966-20154 no ni nyina ofra metumi ama omwae ana se wo krom ana ofra de ya frɛ no line no but ofra WhatsApp call na to de be my feedback na Uncle Ben enti papa but ofra normal number na frɛ no normal call na ya na eno de my se outside UK na o Fredia and your friend WhatsApp na kyerɛ sɛ ya mia ye ho na ya etie ne saa enti enyo dɔfo bi nso ahoma ne so ansa na mema na kasa no mechichi amo amaba mpacho lowa owe ne kakrama me why mechia mo amaba Facebook ne so nyina nyame nhyira mo na emom me hu se still a ebi mo enhyeye enti no mo amon hyeye no me pa mo twe ni die mo nhyeye na 𝗟𝗃𝗁𝗏 empa why yo odofo a wa homa so mpacho ye fra osem na
good morning MANYE TEngsɛ good morning Uncle Ben me pacho pese me busa question sɛ wo ye EUSS card na after why we na se o man submit card na mbrewa link be na o de be requested you have to write a letter to EUSS resolution and now say there is another link ubetimi use to request your card after the 10 working days.
Okay, Uncle Ben, able boss so early on, but or how betimi you are no be Uncle Ben.
First of all, no. So ade ankofo nhyɛn so sɛ woyɛ wo EU settlement application na wo card dada ɔmo embrel card ɛnya de ɔmo bɛbrel card ti wo na ɔmo ayɛ decision na wi na yama o indefinite and ayasa ma another 5 years no wo bɛ call BRP application na wayɛ sa application no ɛnya de a ɛsɔ ni first na ntesa. But COVID started in the middle of the year, almost a cards. No? After we application now, famba. Also, just Kai said, we application a biometric card be a will be, and I was all the idea come out. What they come out on brow replacement. But so why application on email no say amount. Now online or your jatum say amount still. Obey me a BRP application and a BRP replacement application. So if for mapu use NTL, no time limit in your application, and you're there. A BRP replacement application, I'm aware, to online. Why application? Now we card and I send no need card. Now you brought emails here the amount. Now still in Maya. After 10 days, you know, I was report tomorrow. Say why didn't I hear? Almost specific email. I was a BRP email. I was a email at the compound. Now I'm a brown.
Okay, yo, man, Miss Awate. Oh, the actors so that yo. Okay, yeah, well, order for Ben so man, so now money ended with 0010. 0010. Patrol one, so your friends and our casa friend.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Una money is 0010 now. But on the Pakwan, na money is 0010 on the dune so.
Okay.
On Temenka.
Okay, Patrol. Hello.
Papa, hold on 1 minute. Why?
Okay.
Yeah, wow, na man 0010. I feel Temenka.
I'm talking about.
Yo, I feel this our question, uncle.
I'm about to replacement of biometric card. And maybe issue ID no up now. Almost send them some year. Almost upload document. Actually, document Ben on here. And how do I use the mobile phone to upload the documents? And I say my stack pa.
Okay, Uncle Ben Patrol Tenenka.
Well, yes, almost upload document. Up now they now they upload. We take a picture now they upload. So app na me use. Me use internet now. Now yes scan they upload. I am better because we use either desktop or laptop. Functionalities near more. We phone is very restricted because apart from set picture, and I will use iPhone. I will wait me a scan. We call notes section now. Or yes scan. I don't know PDF scan. No upload no. But so we use up now. I know you use up now. It's just too difficult. So you use either some send or email link. Now we use our computer. Now they upload the documents.
But so when you Uncle Ben at church mono.
Exactly. That's fair.
Yes, yeah.
Let me show.
Okay. Pacho wa nama ended with 592 ne do so. Your friends and our casa friend.
Good morning, MANYE TENG.
Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Ben.
Good morning.
Uncle Ben, Pacho, me wo complication issues kakra. Me EU aware na minya masitna. Minya na me friends me register be your friends the nationality. Aje UK passport. Now me call holidays outside Ameba. Na meba no omu detain me kakra friends arrival point no because now omu see omu me particulars in our system so enti omu kokoye cross checking na omu hu say dia mekutani okay no kre na am say it look as if say na omu update your friend saying system no as to friends nationality no entina omu detain me understanding no but omu catch me say omu de me passport no ma be back no omu catch me say omu be rectify problem no system no so na mpacho chi margin so kakra how would I know say be omu correct no omu correct me no chi ne bi me ba instant ko fast the same thing in Zamba and then me question it kan and the question it to so me no ye say we application for fee waiver me pacho how long will it take na omu de respond.
Yo, Papa, that's it, airport one age, no more cash or my rectify an idea. Offer to one more. Uncle Ben, Pacha, it's you.
Yeah, I had. Oh, yeah, when you adverse immigration issues, Biano, very likely, sir, or upgrading with status, scratch or citizenship. And yet, they be I'll meet me now randomly because of some adverse decision now that also. System not there, you know, and yeah, there will be updated until person more update here. What I will try, once I will present your British passport. Say a genuine quantity because bear in mind, sir, what's kind of British passport no airport. Bibia no our immigration phone anymore, baby or motor actually no. And Tinya there was a issue. Once I almost satisfied, no, it shouldn't be an issue, so some more updated. But wait me at all. So nipa na on the kasa date no and I promise on the mouse on the update na sure na for naturalization certificate no passport copy come on so you know na I am very uncomfortable so delay o person o ma o ti ase we are British citizen till they should note their system. That's all you can do. There's absolutely nothing. We are British, we are British. Okay. The second part, the waiver. So this is what I'm confronting us here. Obi wa your application. I'm funny money in uncle. Just one funny in uncle. I'm not sure where bisa. And I say in the current climate, you walk COVID now. Most of them here you may free fee. Odu fa no so na omu pepe bia obeyi ato nche no ahwe nipa na niam gu ne bibia wo so no but omo are very proactive almost sending email about saying here's our document give and take between 8 weeks and about 12 weeks there I will say about which is 2 months to 12 to 3 months no I will say about but say bisa wa de no amfa nko a ana omuni options on the email, then it takes longer because also much post to just bear in mind say posting in the man so many officer or print and it's an man and I say trauma post to the man a almost center. If you are down 1 week from Sanka because of COVID protocols. So I say actually the BIA and you use email, communication, quicker, faster, more secured, and I expedite your service in Mina.
Yo, Uncle Ben, yeah, that's it. More text messages, me and Sambia maybe sana. May answer new dinner landline is sooner or chepe betiako na or Casavia na family questions since I be to ya. Mammy and our papa one who must some patcho meet you or landline is so. Hello. Oh, na mekai o gina so kakra pe ebeti akọ me hodi nipa ba ko bampa choma memre kakra menua ba isi man bisa ne question na wan hwa ene obetete me wo kwan ho o say good morning manye na Uncle Ben please uncle how do I apply for IHS exemption as an NHS worker and when earliest can I apply for it please my current 2.5 expires on 10th of August. You at same way last week you can want some bem say last week when TNT Uncle Ben Pacho Wadaroma.
Well, I mean first of all, no, just remember say application be a we be no so you say tia IHS na. Either say exemption to code and I say utia. So we are NHS near mo process no I'm say first of all check say we are juma NHS and kasa. So why is our home office either say we send an email and also more portal be what we use call online na for shame IHS NHS fee exemption and our NHS IHS fee exemption what is shame by the portal now I don't know we use because omota sasa portals and portals no say be brave you finding in anti online na you know NHS worker IHS fee exemption. Now, ye links in our mouth. Now we use it. Why? Very easy to do.
Yo, yeah, that's it. Pacho, well, number 0978. When I do so, if I was saying now, Casa friend.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho, friend in Anama.
Pacho Casa.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Me Pacho, me be some my brother. Because what things can be now or why you mean and 2017 your man after 5 years your man residence card now also what say why application before 2019 biano. Before 2019 no. After home office no. Also was residence card no. It's a question back no. And I'm passion number 2 so why EUSS EU my friend say statue over 50 no. Almost the brand last year no brand the paper. And no man brand the card. And you was me Musamman say what did I call home office no residence card no the brand 2017 July no. I was now.
Well, first of all, no, sir, cards na the crown. Yama will be a EU settlement application before the 30th of June. So why is application now? Now the amana, or you okay, or you legal. The only other thing is because cards, no, I hear the old style, no, I hear better so but Home Office say a more old card maybe. Now 1 year application by 30th of June. A exemption or young chwaso. Once was sitting at the dano. So 1 year application now, young chwaso. The slow man cast Uncle Ben said, yes, 1 year young chwaso to me yet. And that's other America. The sister 1 year's application now, normally ABA when you are winning. But in your case, 1 year application. Or bet me a call further. Now I apply for replacement BRP. Now only BRP na brand. Because the Okutani a BRC and I said biometric residence card. I had the old style. Once from June be based on online. This week I call my court and I said sanity. And to card no crowd from end of June, from 1st of July. Ukoye Juma, even when we start, and your card in the year. What you code to be the mouth. No more online, no more question. And our old card, but new letter, I have fine, only problem. Just say be able to choir and they create issues. Why?
Hey, okay, I'm going to tell me that. My question, second one, what's the Ahina website Ben overcall? And now, my second question is also me naturalization, no? Or see, oh yeah, last also will some I say this month. Or for sure, we the call website no online no baby obey any Titano or see me this man patch or whatever.
Okay, my website and the adults in the brain. Intikacha say so internet inquire their search engine no. On find shemo say EUSS application and a biometric resident permit replacement application. Biometric say a longer, BRP replacement application. What is a fashion search engine? Why?
Okay. And the legalization okay.
Okay.
Yo, mommy, yeah, that's it. Why? What me holding on? Okay, me ma on kasana fe me answer nkana bi we dey yes I mean yefe. We say Uncle Ben, please, do you have any idea of EUSS family permit in Ghana? Now the second question Amantia say you say how long is it taking and what have you been doing about delays? And no say na watch on na ma kind na me ni butaya. Enti Uncle Ben, pachoti ase dia ma emwaye.
Well, family permit, you want some your decision within 8 to 12 weeks. Family permits, decision within 8 to 12 weeks. To because a family permit, like I said, or back you need
Okay.
Why application free outside and on the air and normally within 8 to 12 weeks, normally a decision. Delay. I'm saying my car delay no one say, but
Yo.
Nearma delay eba ewo EU settlement application no. Mabobo so ewo potokase. Ebi ni say well mo ye application no. Wo phone number, wo mobile na email na wo de no. Wa wasesa enti omo yekra omo tibe fra. Enti wo twan no, na omo so omo twan o. Omo fra omo nya. Enti wo benya phone number and email now what the application. Yes, so says I will bet now have 50 years. I will say we'll keep us adding for 50 years. Because going forward, you know, so we'll call online, I could check it was sitting. We'll call JNI, no be a check it was sitting online. We'll call Juma, no be a check it was sitting online. We'll call Pedine, no be a check it was sitting online. We'll phone number, we'll mobile now with the creative portal, and then we'll email, and then I'll be using. And to log in with reference number, I'm send out text message. So mobile number name Juma. When your text message, one, for the labor. Two, maybe I won't move with the address. And you card and a brewer into your copy. And also another one. The other one, no, yes, ABA. Well, no case, no, yes, straightforward. It's we application, no answer form, no, what filling online. One can read. Yes, it's your letter. So on Sakra now they try. Show the capital letters. Come on. Now for phone no a year scan. Now come. Now explaining a womb. Say same to my case to say. Same to my case to say. Or being so one year refusal of that. And or your application now. Reasons on the refusal no ABA or addresses are reasons not a new application. And I was so address it. But then you know, delay no bar, then I will be to me. The obey me, I say, over fre or telephone. So, the from EU Settlement Resolution Center. Our number is 0300 123 7379. Mamin Timu. So why a Home Office application for EUSS na a chair for EU Settlement Resolution Center. Omo number 0300 123 7379. More yeah online. Mr. Monchungu Sumaye. And I said. EU Settlement Resolution Center, all forms online. All reference number started 3434 now. We call online now. We bet the number nation. What is shema? And then this I'll say, Kwejo, then I'll say a young man. What say, Mammy, my need a chair of Hododo. The application and date say, and date say. My reference number ni email among the brand any me monka into munya mubi and also respond within 5 working days. And I said, ubet me I use Home Office complaints. Home Office complaints online now we have UKVI complaints link. UKVI complaints link. Every year ba ube so much start. What click start now maybe someone knows. Why are we in Uncle Sishia? Ubetini draw MP. But we'll draw MP for application no copy. Or reference number, or date of birth. Complain now we hear, you know. Frail, some catch and now resolution center, form of fene, what printing in what the account of the comma MP. When you know, and yeah, Juma, then so catch on some of the court. Okay. Judicial review, so I was say a buying body be AAB, no one yet. Ultimate issue, no. Ultimately, I can say a procedurally unfair. Okay. And I said delay, no, against human rights. Okay. Either of those, no, ultimately, judicial review.
Yo, Uncle Ben, that's na yen chromophobia minimum, no more. I didn't know they are calling in who I can. Now, sir, what train in my ember, no, I could see you. Yay, yeah, I could draw yeah, but I believe say we follow right procedure and say Uncle Ben actually mono. Ubenya sa could draw no because you expect, what they are there no call, who expect to say or more responding mount. ɔwahwɛ mo anim a wafa kwan bia so remind you na still na unti omo kan dia ene wo saa obenya saa kokuduro no na ode afa court kwan yo adofo aha ye GN radio legal hour so ne wo ene BWF Solicitors for na yedidi dwuma no adofo wa homa so mpacho we na ma end with 3802 ye fra saying na wo kasa friend.
Good morning, MANYE NAA TENG 𝗔𝗃𝗚𝗅𝗢 na friend KK. Let me be a general question. My question is person bisa Uncle Ben say who was Zambrano no why pre-settled status uni settled status pre-settled status currently I almost say EU for family members only to be university near there no but say who qualify for student finance and I could just say Uncle Ben say when current application form no for student finance for EU family members
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and jama where the Uncle John bread wow. Yo, Uncle Ben. So wait me amane moye kakra.
Well, me current student finance forms, but student finance law is specific. First of all, the only reason, and it is the only reason, EU4 and for to me apply for student finance, a reciprocal agreement. It's British for it to be university or yes, so it only to me but so by the 31st of December. Which me a student finance. Zambrano under the Citizens Directive, under the Treaty for the Functioning of the European Union, a creation of case law, and a creation of legislation. The difference of woman is that Zambrano for no be any reciprocal agreement, and it also more qualify under the student finance requirement. One, at the date I will apply now. Apart from EU4 or indefinite leave to remain. And I said, at the date I will apply, we are habitually resident in the UK. In addition, 1.5 for at least 3 years. So we meet this basic student finance test now. Who cries umbrella? It won't help you. We are EU now before December. Because a reciprocal agreement, wow, because of free movement of persons, almost the announcer can say someone to me, the Juma Wahadia, or some Mama, Germany, almost to school, university free, house also typical free, and apply to Zambrano.
Yo, KK, I hope so. Question has been answered.
Very clearly.
Okay.
Thank you.
When so that's it, Papa. Yo, more voice notes me and send you a mem di can boba kuna yenti. Mpacho wa mane so dina so kakra ma me why na membo me nua be me message.
Hello, my tea. Good morning. Mpacho, ifre me yebwa. Mpacho, me dina me papa dina na wife so ena origi
Anke ben pachote nka noise wo mpa
Mete.
Okay then.
Some card man na me pacho sisi my wife my father na wife no divorce nti bin na me ya me so do say kwaje me permit ya and Salaka. Sunset. I remember Pandy to get a British book, and I even know you. And Ugina, you're not so. And a Gemami is also not divorce. Come back and a first one. To do some of the future. But on fashion. That's bye bye.
Hey, noise na woman there. More take it, yeah. Okay.
�𝗏𝗚𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 ana ɔde nyaa EU asetena na ne papa ne stepmother no yɛ EU no ɔmo agyae nti ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhu sɛ ɔsɛ ɔkɔ independence that's beautiful
what's that?
Obviously, we say, obey to me, application. Yes, your friend be retention of right. Now, because I was sitting on a number of papa or no, so na no. I was so chess over papa AJ Sama Meno. I was so chess under your friendly regulation 10.5 and UMITISA requirement, and answer the new style EA regulation, either regulation. Sorry, EU 11, EU 6, EU 4, either I'll call for 5 years limited leave and indefinite leave. Still not, so we over 21. I was out chess or whatever party I'll show. And this idea I will suffer. But yes, over here, EU, the full name, date of birth, and the NI number. So I EUSS Libya, over here, the reference number. One for reference number, and she must still wait to me and call to the next question. But why I did delay your application?
Yo, Uncle Ben, yeah, that's say. Order for a so number ended with 0978 in Pacho. So yente wonka. Why, Papa?
Yeah, hello, good morning, my team.
Yeah, good morning, Mommy. Sorry.
Mr. Cho, I said my banner, my samba. Mr. Cho, I said, Ben, replacement of PRB, no. After you 5 years now, or salon. Mr. Cho, Mr. Say. They say, no, no, do my head on it. Or the card, needing the passport, I didn't near my normal budget. I didn't near my long fanka honko.
Oh, can see Arbiana.
I 5 years now, all replacing because of settlement in
Yo, Uncle Ben, Pacha, what's any question here, dear?
Also, question Bernard of Uncle. Documents Bernard.
Pachani.
William Boye Trimunka. Abia I was on the banner. We application on metro. And to the idea no and yeah and to say first now our boat Trimusani Marco. I UKVI led and the only here no mecatro.
Okay.
Those application be on my list of documents. I was on the when so the all application now share near my own cano. We also much of a visa for we why?
Yeah.
But on our food this say, that no more this say no more.
O say this say and somewhere we. So we send application na.
I'm patching.
Hey, you Uncle Ben. O say o send ya o submit application be this say now when you moy na on saka.
And so submit your application no may say the bonds and now bonds via. Between 8 weeks, so we call limited leave up to 6 months, so we call indefinite leave.
Okay, Mama Pacha said when you moy.
I'm saying that's another.
Oh, Uncle Ben. I also want you.
Well, sir, your application now was so called bonds, between 8 weeks, so we call limited leave to remain for 5 years, and I say up to 6 months, so we call settlement and I indefinite leave.
But I say it's here the what?
I'm asking the replacement, no, because it's on a cake.
And dear say, and ye enche, and no dear say, make us enche, and Sabeka. Why?
Okay,
you, yes, that's mammy. You, or for one, my son, Pacho, your frozen now, Cassafre, and Tonka.
Yeah, my good morning.
Good morning, Papa.
Uncle, good.
You, Uncle Major, so, Pacho, besides,
you, my team, Pacho, but some of these Uncle Bassam Cacra. Maybe by 2019. Now, maybe I'm not guitar.
Baby, I would know breaking Tema, Ayana, and 70 so as I on Tinny Ocano. Pacho, why? Go.
But
yes, is here, go
on. Pacho, we see me by
Uba, how ye, Ben? Hello. Baby, I want no MC reception, poor kakra. But what can also by high year, Ben? 2019. Okay, you, Koso.
Now, maybe the reservice and a pretty by a visa.
Okay.
And 2020, the year you and me, wallet.
You.
We wallet in 2020. ɛna menya nkrataa 2021 na mepɛsɛ mekɔ school na ɔmo sɛ before sɛ wobɛnya student finance this year wotena ekrom here from wotena ekrom 3 years na mepɛsɛ mehu sɛ bewale 2020 no ana sɛ tɛma nkrataa ne baeɛ no ɛna mede bɛstart aka for 3 years na ansa na metuma qualify for student finance now.
Okay, Uncle Ben.
Well, student finance for no omo card ukutana na wo hwe. Opesa wo ye argument say na wo ye legal from date na ware ya na. I was say wo draw letter. Now we go to case laws and particular sections of the 2016 regulation, and I said even the appendix EU. Why? And yes, straightforward, sir. Come the card no data wasn't normal here, and yet they work. So what person challenge you there? I was so draw legal argument. So from date now what be legal until some kind of free.
Yo.
But you might see, and then but I'm
that's it. You know why?
Yo, okay.
Bye bye. More messages. Ubisa we are mefa me messages ni kakra sana. Pacho baby a odina no noise wo bebre nti no obeye wo ye na. Hello, Pacho Temenka.
Hello, Andy.
Yeah, what Temenka?
Me don't go, ya me da Roma. Adisai.
Okay, yo, yetie o papa.
Yo. Pacho, lawyer churches has me one ma tiba bi na ndira masechi me bisa sa asem no. Sa or saying settlement no. You for settlement no. Me dey o or saying aduko our internet so na message almost send message ni so ma grant o ma tiase na so no o email mu na card o ma me card biara no card no obi da na card na me wono o ma nsam because na card na me wono na ma tiase resident card of EU family member na matise yesi wutu kwan a na so unkita de ya tiase settlement na woni wa na wondimi yede ema mewuramu ndi mbeze mi hu se abane sa asen
Pacho Uncle Ben your kan ote na noise wo mu kakra ma me
Yeah, so much noise in our community. It's worrying. Sometimes you're just so frustrated. Me who didn't hear perform wrong information. First of all, so who took quiet daben na woba. Me card me valid. Why EUSS application? So me yes, sir. We need problem here. But the card na wo kura no wo mpe na wo pesa wo sesa. Wo betimi aye replacement biometric resident permit online normal sesama. Why?
Yo.
Papa ote
Pacho meti you because microphone na kika say wa ungita card na undimi ma mewuramu. Pahu. Ana de to so bi ozo.
Mentie wo radio ni mama me feedback wa ha na cheating nti me sraw tie me wo phone ni mo why papa
yo me da say Pacho me bo
em se nipa mienu na kasa we chire na microphone so gira o mane so Pacho yetie o mbo ni ntenten kakra man ya why
no Pacho master me come the atwas we say no me no partner na we no we say me card ya trust no public refund in case it's where you know free so because me kwa card na ya charge me equally as obi a won hwe nkwa na so me ankasa na me hwe me ma equally so on me person who say it's where you say no public refund na free so me kwa me responsible parent na.
Okay, Uncle Ben, Pacho Tenenka.
Well, catch on say winning on lawyer. Why? No advice.
Yo papa wasem no modo kakra nti no senior tie nka obefre lawyers no na omoma advice no embia na ewa kakra na wenya mwaye ni yi why papa senior tie nka obefre lawyers no na but utie me it's like you are listening to both sides into why you confused what the nechi
yeah oh me tie
yo into free lawyers no why na metumi ahwa ma say ye wo fee waiver ne ade nyina wo ho nti ehwe situation ne wo earnings ne ade na ye to me apply for we ni bi ma why
yo
and the free lawyers no why
yo me
that's na yenko yinim senior tie no emre ne ya so nti esa na ko dodo na omode questions about Facebook ne so no mehu bi ba ko ya answer dada but say Uncle Ben mo ka say o year replacement ebedi emre saying na omonsa ka no say one man answer dada na replacement ne say nye the original application nti no ebe che say nche bi sa
I am between 8 weeks for limited leave to up to 6 months for indefinite leave and our settlement.
Replacement card, no?
Absolutely.
Okay, yo, and Yamisme Yantiasia or replacement card, any Uncle Bear Cheche Monosa say 5 years now, say be take it up to 8 weeks. Na ye indefinite up to 6 months. But just an out church, no. Yo, it's here for
obedient 1 week, obedient 4 months. Say
Pacho you no say still what na wonyanti asem say home office won say wonkrata no ne pakwa akwada ne nim nso ne nyina nso count to nti na ma hwe ho no nso yo obisi the question I'm refusing to read her question na ade no nso entisa enti no the question is so see I don't question now the by send me who question no it's like you've rather send me a link and you know to make the question about me when so I'm making come out but Uncle Ben my yen share cratching so dear voice note yenti onon so dear na yemko yenim shata kapo mambo we no kra na ebe ha adwe nti membo na yenti okay
eda masene adwuma pa mo we Uncle Ben, Namishra, that was it. Legal firms there, legal immigration firms there, they are outstanding. 5-star one, and the BWF, and they are undisputed, undoubtedly the best so far. But Uncle Ben, let me be saying, now, the amount EU settlement scheme now, date now also no, settlement scheme no ban any maybe there is about me, I think 1.5 years ago near mommy. And I made 5 years and so me 3 years ago. So which one of them precedes them comparing definitely which one of them precedes the other? Is it the settlement scheme no date na yedema ona na first one yedema on 5 years na you count from there because here say card never invalid. So something that is invalid, you know. I want to change my drink because from the settlement scheme no yeah and they said almost see me be 1 year or so or something because I had the winner so that be settlement scheme no. You compare definitely that it begin from card now. You see, from next month and be invalid now.
Yo, Uncle Ben, so card issue there. Hard you.
Yeah, I very, very difficult. Now, I confusion for Brugum. It's worrying. You know. But I'm frustrated. I think.
Uncle Ben, yeah, lawyers ni bi na akeka nkasa o because me tie bi wo baby sa. Yeah, lawyers ni bi na ma sa ntina ma ye hu ama aye instead of ye benya ntiase ni mo ma confuse ye nyina. Sa na akode na akoye.
I mean, lawyer bi and all the law na ye over here say you could law. You say you could say you know, being tears, but Obi Wa, no person could read the law. To have the BIA can be a court to a court law, no account. You know, social media, when I'm never be a basa, but you know, it's what it is. The BIA will be as your papa, your woman. You are the first of all, So why application near bro email say the amount o card no for now no the to what game for now because card no so ukra old one still betimi aye adwuma obetimi agidan obetimi aye de wo so ye bia o card no mu ya utimi de ye de wo so wo ye bia. However, some old card no from 1st of July no would it to acquire a create problems. It doesn't mean so acquire my own back. That's not what it means. Because I have valid crana which is the chair. But we do I was someone checking as why EUSS now because card no and cancer why yet. And I would email no so sometimes you know big crop to me create fake name. And I was so prepared. So we took quite a war bar. Mobile phone now with the year application, and our lawyer ya aware, and our WhatsApp email because we do bet me a check. And I will compare Jumana Ukuta old card now and cast a Wukra EUSS settled status and our pre-settled status. And then a bit confusion, no just we illegal. And then also we say also we application near the email browse here the amount. So we email let's say the amount. They are going to what dream. The only thing they said was certainly good internet and so home office for portal. See a juma a dial or coin to Ubedua na I want you about me a check.
Okay, Uncle Ben.
Illegal because you could have old card by a mouth EUSS asset. The moment very careful, but your man for
Yo, Uncle Ben, say yemre na so na yebeko off the line the next 5 seconds. Inte no omo amutie yen wo tune in ni radio ne so no. Madam nyina se maya de mo ni ahya ase ewie nti ye call off sisi aba. Yebeto aso kitwebo of Facebook ene YouTube no se ne yebe conclude program ni yi. Nti mesrem mon switch to that place na yenti yen last statement no Uncle Ben we dey sorry say me twa no ewo honom te see our radio no echo up for those listening to us on tuning and the radio no echo off for honum na Facebook ni YouTube no mesre before Uncle Ben the last note beba emre no emma yen kwanya yen se ne bebi ebedua na yedu no enti no me hu questions ni bi me hu bi mesre mo like I always promise make a promise to you no nyame adoma your extension program your extension our BWF Solicitors or china 4 to 6 nyame aduma 4 to 6 no me gather most of the questions na me nya wo ha na me ntumi nti akosi apart we the fam born cheme why na emre ne ma ye ho kwan before me ho question no na we no time no aso nti ochina ebe your first question maybe sa wo ho no mama nti ochina the community and the law ebe ba so 4 to 6 BWF Solicitors for your website ne so and I say your Facebook live and YouTube live ne so enti no mesramo ani die mo se mentumi embisa wo question wa ha ana mentumi ambo voice note no wa ha I promise you say nyame adoma ochina meya ama enti no de unye hwe kra na ochina wentumi nti ochina kra na after the program you can still go ahead and view and I say ubenya wo question being answered ewo honom enti Uncle Ben paucho emre no ko ene edempa na odi beja ye man calculate me we ni ye but enye hwe oti fo ko fan cheme
ade amedi jamores why EU settlement scheme na ya mao letter say ya dia mao ana ya mao letter ba ewo ho mo nya decision but we omo ya mao letter say ya dia mao na ukura old EU residence card na is still valid. You know, mama will be deceive me. Card no valid. Adia valid and say. So old card no na one year application na. And today piano say your casa card no monsa. Adia ya can say monsa asitnano. Say since 2019 one year application. Home Office website. I mean, I try to and sometimes I am blame lawyers now that say yeah, be or radio, so na TV so. The problem is Home Office advice and say see amount EU settled either pre-settled status and unsettled status. But wokra old card no ebi no card no ma 2017, 2016, 2018 by an old one ibia by amount email say amount new settled status. Won nya say wo besesa card no. Won nya say wo besesa sa card no. But so old ascertain Libya, who a share so that by the 30th of June, there was a application for the new residence in that EUSS. The only thing is old card in Libya. In Kawato bro new card, but almost bro new card. It is a new card. Then there was apply for replacement card. So explanation, actually, you now much Home Office site, and exactly the Home Office account. Remember, I display the Home Office account. I think I was here referred for now. I could read no more tears. Mama will be under
yo, Uncle Ben, that's sad. In fact, BBC confusion. I ever saw Obia can wasem Obia just say Obia ne me no pay cranny pamians and they bisa me card and a bedia assistant a bedia assistant afimia senior and me what than enough your master confusing me account. And Uncle Ben, that's said what churchy nyame adomonsa or china obesensi supi biom senior beya no asama evidence say there is no need for certain things. Say, wow, payment now person was Sunday. You can go ahead and no be and see who quine. Na ma who and she shall say once sana 31st June this one and no not just say mo ye invalid and then yes sanet here into yes ceremony demo ya na yensu yankin kan kakra ne hu na yesi no ya do so do yo etie for ya beda mase e wa ha nyame hira obi biara otu me eba so na one ye hya ase na one ewie nyame nhira mo nyame adoma se na mede kankan ye no the community and the law ebeba so ochna 4 to 6 and 4 to 6 questions na meant to me bisa and I've got about 5 of them here any 2 voice notes. I promise you nyame adoma ne ore ko twene motan ya maybe sa questions na ba why enti no meda mo nyina se nyame nhira mo da se next week Friday same time same day yebesa ehia wa nyame nka obi bia. Have a lovely weekend na onchina yenhwe mo enim mama nyina bye bye
into a well, so the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum wadum. I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me. My test is now a testimony. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. It was you.
Wonim say EU nationals nyina ne won ebusuafo a wonye EU nationals nyina or say wo apply ma EUSS answer June busome akona wieye afi 2021 yimu. Se wanya ebe ha won krata sem a wo de ti UK. Se won to anamon we na wo apply EU settlement scheme and train last minute answer. Ehun hia yie pa se obepotumi a wo de tena UK no ho ban. Na wo hia legal advice bi anso a pebi we koma EU ana EA amanfo nyina wo kra registration certificate ana permanent registration certificate ana ebusuafo a yama won residence cards ana permanent residence cards a ewo EA registration 2016 no mu se wonya ye we nyina na se wo sefata apply pre-settled ana settled status answer 30th June 2021 EU settlement scheme pre-settled status eba na wieye ewo 30th June 2021 na mum ehun me hia yie se obe apply no ntem na 𝗥𝗔𝗚𝗔𝗄 yie na hye no so se we koma omo wo UK answer 31st December 2020 a wo kra won krata esefata nyina edi won adanse se wendi immigration mrei so na wonni adansidie bia eche mretenti a watena UK se ana EU nationals no nso a eno so betimi ahawodaache se wo apply wo British citizenship. BWF Solicitors ewo nimdie fa UK immigration law na omo aboa ebusuafo bebree wo applications a efa home offices EU settlement schemes no ho. Wonti bebree ase a for BWF Solicitors ntempara ewo 020-849-37340 ana 077-127-61884.